Hi, welcome to the new scene highlights of 2021. We're here with Fernie. Angus. Welcome. Tell us about yourself in 3 facts. Where are you from? What's the last song you've listened to? And how long have you been painting for?
Well, first of all, from Glasgow, just living in the south side now. I think the last song I listened to was Hammond's song by the Roaches. That's me and my flatmates. We've just been obsessed with it over the past few days, and just it's so good.
Nice one.
And yeah, I suppose I've probably been painting for most of my life, or drawing for a bit of it. But yeah, properly painting since I graduated in 2018 from the art school,
Cool,
and
right.
just making pictures from there. Got this studio, which is quite nice
It's really lovely.
to be able to work in.
Will you, I don't know how transportable your laptop is, but I was going to ask maybe a bit later on if you can like do as a wee mini virtual tour.
Oh yeah.
That would be quite fun. Cool. Thank you for these answers. Talking about, so obviously you're a painter. I was just kind of wondering what inspired you to paint in the first place, and is there a kind of painting scene in Glasgow? You know how we talk about a music scene in Glasgow. Is there something comparable, like a wee kind of parallel world, just a painting scene, or is it not that? How does it kind of work out?
Yeah, I think there's kind of there are a kind of lots of people that I know from art school and just from various exhibitions and things that I've been to that like I know quite well, but I don't think there's the same kind of strength of scene as there is with music, which is why I think I've kind of been drawn towards the music scene a lot more, but from a kind of painting background, and that's why it's fun to kind of work with. It's fun to work with a lot of the like kind of bands and things, and kind of try and mix the painting and music because it'd be nice if it was just one big scene in Glasgow of kind of music and painting, because I really like a lot of the kind of stuff from the Jerry Rafferty, John Byrne era, and how like John Byrne, great painter, and Jerry Rafferty, great musician, and they did work so much together. And yeah, I think it's just trying to kind of create that, rebuild that in Glasgow, because it's a nice kind of coming together of all the arts.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. That would be quite good. I was going to ask you a bit later on. Obviously, so you are quite involved in the music scene. I hear that you're a musician as well, and obviously do artwork for band singles, and you've been in the music video for Awkward Family Portraits, Ring Ring
Yeah.
Angus video. Very, very good. Was it shot where you are right now, actually?
Yeah, it was shot in here at like 6 a.m. or something. So
No way.
it was quite an early shoot, which was hard with the prosecco drinking. But
It's
yeah,
heroes work. Heroes work.
yeah. It's not nothing to complain about. Yeah.
But yeah, do you play guitar then? I feel like I might have seen you in McSorley's once or twice, but
Oh,
uh,
yeah. I play bit guitar and bit keys, but mainly just when I've had a few drinks at
okay.
kind of open mics and things. It's not something that I think the painting's the main thing, but
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
We wouldn't be able to hear do you write any songs?
Vaguely, just
Okay, fair.
very vaguely, just kind of silly things that kind of tie in with the paintings. Like, yeah, a lot of kind of fish and wine related songs and songs about, yeah, silly things that are in the
That's quite
painting.
interesting. Would we be able to hear them anywhere? Are they
Uh,
out anywhere?
no, they're not. They're just things that I kind of just sit and play around the flat. But yeah, I think maybe eventually if I get the confidence to kind of put them out. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look out for that. Speaking of, so that's quite interesting. I didn't just the song themes and stuff, because I was going to ask you. Obviously, your paintings have got a few running themes in them, like breakfast items, horses, wine, etc. What connection do you have with these elements, and how would you like ever add some to the list, or like how does it kind of work out? Why these in particular?
Yeah, I think I've just always been quite interested in just the idea that everything is very, very silly. So I think the more kind of boring things that I can put in, that you see a lot in paint, like you see a lot of breakfast paintings and kind of art history and lots of plates of food
Yeah.
and kind of paintings of horses. So I think painting them in a kind of slightly sillier, more kind of yeah, upbeat kind of, or not necessarily upbeat, but just yeah, in a kind of
Absurd.
sillier way. Yeah, yeah, kind of absurd way. Then it's just a fun way of kind of playing with the canon of still life and kind of figurative painting. But yeah, I think occasionally if I see something that I find quite amusing, I'll kind of add it to the list with the eggs and the ducks and things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good. Cool. On to a question about when you're working on artwork for songs. For example, you recently did this cover for Marmalade by Gallus and Rat
yeah.
Habits by Quiche, and maybe others I might have missed actually. Are you free when you're commissioned to kind of portray, like to kind of represent what you want, or is there, or do you usually have to kind of specific kind of detailed instructions on what to produce? And what's your kind of process? Do you get to listen to the song at all? Do you get to kind of like listen to the song and paint what you feel goes well with it? Or
Yeah, I think there's a kind of a mix between the two where, yeah, quite often I think the bands will have an idea of what they're looking for and like compositionally maybe, but uh, yeah, I think a lot of people that ask me, or anyone that's asked me to do work, knows kind of my style, so it's quite nice to know that I've got that area of free reign, but still within kind of making a composition that's someone else's idea, which is quite good fun. And then it's always nice to be able to listen to the music and kind of get a sense of what it should look like.
yeah, I quite like that aspect. I think that's quite interesting. Cool. What kind of painting are you working on right now?
Yeah, currently it's just a lot of kind of private commission stuff. Just with lockdown being still kind of going on, and yeah, the whole COVID situation, it's hard to arrange exhibitions and things. So yeah, luckily I've had a few people messaging me about kind of doing works for them, and yeah, so that should hopefully be quite good. And yeah, I'm hopefully looking forward to doing some more music things
Yeah.
in future, doing some more artwork for things, but not yet, nothing like that in the pipeline so far at the moment.
Fingers crossed. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Would you show us a wee wee view of your
Oh,
studio?
yeah. Uh, yeah, these are just a few of the paintings. It's a bit of a mess in here at the moment, but yeah, this is the one that I'm working on at the moment based on the Local Hero film, which yeah, it's just a great film. And then yeah, it's a bit of a state at the moment, but
Oh, lovely.
yeah,
Looks
there's oh yeah,
amazing.
definitely needs a clean.
Really cool stuff. Thank you. That's class.
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice big kind of space, which is good for like listening to music as well as kind of painting, because I think the listening aspect when I'm making is quite nice. So it's good to have a big space to kind of
That is
blast the
good.
tunes as well. Yeah.
Cool. Speaking of listening to music, I was going to ask you, what bands or just like artists, like solo artists from Glasgow, do you feel aren't getting as much attention as they deserve right now in music? You're allowed to quote two pals maximum, and then people you're not pals with.
Um, well, I think Awkward Family Portraits. I'm just really into all of their stuff, and yeah, I've worked quite a bit with them, and yeah, good pals with Julian, and just I think that whole kind of Americana scene is really nice as well, and that kind of yeah, just good music being put out to such a like high standard that I think maybe it's just by the nature of it being more kind of Americana and old school, it doesn't fit in with as much with a kind of mainstream audience. But I think it definitely has the potential to kind of really kick off. And Lizzie Reed as well. I was listening to her new album the
I
other
was as
day, and
well.
it's unreal.
It is.
Yeah,
I was listening to it today as well. It's so good, man.
yeah, yeah. That's such a great album. Yeah, and yeah, there's just so many good bands and musicians in the Glasgow scene that I just don't think are getting enough kind of coverage, which is strange. Because yeah, I don't know if it's just because it's Glasgow and that kind of we do get kind of overlooked sometimes in the kind of
Yeah,
UK as a whole. But yeah, it's just it's good to have that kind of Glasgow stuff to listen to. I
definitely.
think yeah,
You can't tire of it.
yeah,
Oh. Oh,
yeah,
oh, I have a bonus question. If you have your tea or something and you're at your table eating, do you just like look at your table in a different way just because you've painted so many?
yeah, yeah. I think it's when I'm making food and putting it on a plate. Kind of, I know people always say like, and come dine with me. It's always a oh presentation. You've got to like watch your presentation, but I think it's almost like next level of that where it's putting a plate together. It's almost like making a sketch for a painting. Of like, oh, I think if I was to make this into a painting, it'd look quite nice if the carrots were there, and then the rice was there, and then this was here. Um, yeah, I think, and yeah, just paying a lot more attention to the cutlery as well. Being like, what kind of shapes are cutlery, and how many prongs does a fork have? Is one that I've come across quite recently. Is
Right.
because you get some three-pronged forks, which I don't understand that for like main. Is that for something else? I
Is
think
it for like, I don't know, something weird like fish or something? I don't know.
fish. Yeah,
I'm kind of making that up to be honest, but it's something like that.
yeah, yeah. Because you get the fish knives as well. So
Yeah,
maybe
you do, don't
there's
you?
fish for. Yeah, yeah. I'll need to. I definitely need to do some cutlery
Research.
research.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Because it's quite nice also when the plates like with the marmalade cover for Gallus was good fun because being a kind of food related title, it gave quite a lot of scope to put the plate in and put the cutlery in. So it's, I think rather more so than the other kind of album and single covers that I've done, that fitted in with the kind of pre-existing style of my work more, which was really good fun to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I think that's one of my favorites of the ones that I've done because it's yeah, just with the plates and the jars, it's good fun and it's such a good single as well. Yeah, I definitely add them into the Glasgow bands because I think they are getting quite a lot of
Yeah,
attention, Gallus.
fair enough. Yeah, a fair amount. I
Yeah, but I definitely think they could yeah get so much more. And it's strange that it's just not
working that way.
picking up kind of nationally as much because I think within Glasgow there's so many of these bands that are doing so well in Glasgow, but it's yeah,
It is true. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's kind of like we're just being ignored by the full country. We're just kind
yeah,
of existing within ourselves in a kind of like wee bubble or something.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
But hopefully in the future it'll change and yeah, we'll get more of a musical say in the kind of big uh, national radio stations
That's the
and
dream.
things. Yeah,
That would be good.
yeah.
I think that might be us. Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, check his painting out. He's got an Instagram account that you can look at all his paintings on, and yeah, contact him for all your painting needs. Thank you.